Goody, goody, everyone. This is Dayhawk bringing to you episode 41 of Shaman King '01. So, the last we saw our heroes, they got out from Hao's memories, and their powers have increased. And after the whole thing with the X laws, they move on their journey. And then you see Hao looking at the distance, and he summons the three women again, and only this time to test how Yo and his friends, how much they improve. So the girls leave, and then um and then in the next scene you have the X-Laws, who pretty much they're worried because as you know, the whole mantra is whatever. If a certain somebody is in Hao's team or is tainted by Hao's teachings, they are considered the enemy and need to be destroyed. So in this particular scene, they're talking to the Iron Maiden, and she told them that it's better to wait and see, and because they don't know for sure that that how much did the book change Yo and his group. So they're gonna take the wait and see approach, but John hopes that they would join their team. Hao hopes that they join his team. So two major groups want the Yo-Yos to join their team. And so Marco has his doubts because he believes that after being tainted by Hao's teachings, it's clear that they need to be killed, but thanks to John, she's like, no, let's wait it out because we don't know yet. And so again, Marco and Lyserg go on ahead and spy on them. And then you have the Yo-Yos resting and thinking what road to take. And then Mata tried to go online and see if there's any clues, but nothing. And then you have a moment with Ren, and he's like, so my sister's coming along with us, huh? And he doesn't know how to express his feelings because here comes Anna putting him on blast, saying that you don't want people to know that someone's worried about you. And Ren is like turning red, and and of course you have Chocolove destroying the moment, I guess. And you see Ren going all crazy because his jokes are so lame, and you can see Ren's face is like, your joke sucks, man. And so Amiramaru points to the left side of the river because where they're at, the river splits into two, and Amiramaru points to the left, saying that I think that way is the right direction. And Yo's like, are you sure? How do you know? And he's like, I just know. And so they trust Amiramaru, so they went the way on the left side, and they cross the bridge, and then it leads to the X-Laws still spying on them. And here's the interesting part in this scene. Lyserg wants wants Yo and the gang to join them because uh, he's been there for not really a long time, but he wants his friends to join the X-Laws because he believes that with their power, it will move them closer to defeating Hal. They just need to visit the Iron Maiden and be in awe of her, and she can save them. It's almost like those Jehovah Witnesses, those Christians who just knock on their door and be like, hey, you want to know about God? He's gonna save you today. And I feel that Lyserg is that way. Like he thinks that they need to be saved in the way that he got saved. But Marco points out that, well, if they don't join us, then I'm afraid they will have to be eliminated. So you could understand why Lyserg is like, I want my friends to join because if they don't, they end up getting killed. And then here comes Hal and just gives them a warning that do not interfere. And the moment Hal appears, Lyserg is like, oh, I'm gonna kill you now. But Marco just, no, restrain yourself. And so Hal was talking to them, telling them to not interfere. Obviously, Marco's not gonna heed his warning, so Hal leaves. And as they finished crossing the bridge, they meet the three women that kind of massacred them in the past two episodes. And they openly said that we're here to test you because Hal wants us to, see how much you improve. And so it was 3-on-3, and then you have Ryu, Ren, and Yo. And as the girls launch their attack, they remain unharmed. They remain unharmed. And mind you, while the battle was getting started, Hal appears, and then you have Lyserg and Marco, so they have an audience. And so the girls attack, and the boys escaped unharmed, and they noticed something different. Tokugero captured the bullets. Ren managed to defend himself, so you could see the knives down on the ground, and Yo easily blocked the knight's attack rather easily. And so the girls took it up a notch, and even still they got beaten, and the girls could not believe it. So at this third round, they unleashed their ultimate attack, and so that's when the boys decided that it's time to see the results. And you see Bison in his robotic form, you see Ryu in his Orochi form, and Aminomaru, who is not in his spirit of sword yet, but he's a giant, and they managed to defeat the girls for the third and final time. And Hao was very pleased, and Lyserk was in awe of their newfound strength. And that's when he asked Marco that please let me speak to them. If I can convince them to join us, then you'll be much more powerful. And you could see the pumpkin, the knight, and the doll beaten up, and the girls were like, "What the hell is this? It's like, how can that be? We've we valued how we um we follow Hao's teachings. We believe in Hao, but after everything that's been said and done, we still get defeated by these people." And Anna mentions that the reason that you lost is because you're so, it's difficult to explain, but she mentions that Yo has an unrestricted heart, which means there's no limit to where he and the others can go, while you guys are your heart is restricted. It's pro Hao, and that's why they lost. And then here comes Hao. He appears out of nowhere, and Hao and Yo had a brief talk, and he said that I will return that body back to me as really soon. And it's strange because, like, what do you mean by that? And as he leaves, he says, "Until next time, little brother." And everybody is shocked. And what does it mean, little brother? Said Manta. And then Mikihisa appears right in the nick of time, that Hao and Yo are twins. And everyone is like, "What? Twins?" And that's the end of the episode. Nothing much has happened in this episode because, like I said, after they left that realm, everybody was curious of how much they improved, to like how to did the powers of the book corrupted them. Like, everybody wants to know all these questions, to the point where you have Hal and Marco and Lizer spy on them to see if is there something strange going on. And that's why also Hal summoned those three girls to test their newfound strength. And the results were pretty cool, in my opinion. But and the thing is too with Lyserk is that he wants to quote unquote save them. And after he witnessed their newfound strength, he gets super excited and just like, please let me talk to them. If I can make them, make them convinced that, hey, to join us, then, we could be strong and all that stuff, and they don't have to kill them. But yeah, so it's, I feel bad for Lyserk in this state. I really do, because we all know that Yo and his group will never join the X-Loss, especially after what they have done to Boris and Ashiru. It's just, no, it's not gonna work. And Hao, obviously they're never gonna join Hao either, because those two groups are equally as bad. One believes that because both of them believe they're right about something, it's all about belief. X-Laws, even though their intentions are noble, it's just they're doing it the wrong way. They murder people all because they believe in How, or they're part of How's group, or it doesn't matter if they're part of How's group. If they believe that there's any touch of evil within your soul, if you don't repent, then you get killed by them. How's way is only the strong can live in his shaman world, and any shaman that appears weak, or especially is in league with the humans or a human themselves, they're disregarded and killed. Because if Hal sees someone that is powerful, he will try to make them see his way. And if it doesn't work, well, look what happened to Lyserg's parents and the tribe from 500 years ago. Look what happened to them. Yeah, so they're kind of equally as bad. But that's it. That's the end of this chapter, or in this case episode. I will see you all again in the next video, and I'll see you on the other side of oblivion. Johnny!